Welcome to Book Buzz Reviews and Summaries. Freedom, the one thing for which men and women have fought, bled, and sacrificed throughout the ages. It is the highest aspiration of the human spirit, the birthright of every soul, and yet, paradoxically, the most elusive treasure known to mankind. We seek it in our laws, in our wealth, in our ambitions. Yet how many truly attain it? How many can stand upon the mountaintop of life and declare with unshaken certainty, "I am free"? If you are listening to these words, then deep within you, there burns a question, a yearning, an insatiable hunger for something greater than the daily grind, something beyond the shackles of limitation. You have felt the weight of invisible chains, chains of doubt, fear, and conformity. You have longed for a way to break free, to leave as nature and the universe intended, fully, fearlessly, and unshackled by the burdens imposed by society, by circumstance, or by the conditioned mind. Let me tell you, my friend, that the key to your liberation is already within you. Yes, within the very depths of your soul lies the power to command your destiny, to shape your world, and to walk in the fullness of true, unbreakable freedom. It is not found in mere wealth, nor in the approval of others, nor in the fleeting comforts of indulgence. No, true freedom begins in the mind, takes root in your thoughts, and manifests in the grand, undeniable reality of your life. Joe Blow has written more than a book. He has forged a guide, a path, a revelation. It is not for the faint of heart, nor for those content with mediocrity. It is for the bold, the hungry, the relentless, those who will stop at nothing to claim the one thing that no man, no law, and no power on earth can take away, the freedom of a mind that has awakened. So I ask you now, are you ready? Are you ready to cast aside the illusions that have bound you? Are you prepared to rise above limitation, to take the reins of your own life, and to step forward as the master of your fate? If so, then listen closely, for what follows is not merely knowledge. It is the key to your own emancipation. The only question that remains is this: do you have the courage to use it? Part 1. The Prison of the Mind, Chapter 1. The illusion of society. From the moment you took your first breath, you were conditioned, you were taught how to think, how to behave, what to believe, and worst of all, what not to question. Society, my friends, is a finely tuned machine, and like any machine, it needs fuel. That fuel is your compliance. It is not designed for your freedom. No, it is designed to mold you into a productive unit, to keep you distracted, obedient, and forever seeking approval. Consider this. Why do so many wake up every morning filled with dread? Why do so many spend their days in jobs they despise, only to return home, numb themselves with entertainment, and repeat the cycle? Because they believe they have no choice. But I tell you this, you do have a choice. The moment you begin to question the rules, the expectations, the mindless routines forced upon you, that is the moment the walls of your prison begin to crack. Do not ask for permission to be free. Take your freedom. Chapter 2. The lies you were sold. Let us now expose the great deceptions that keep you in chains. 1. The lie of security. You were told that if you follow the rules, get an education, get a job, pay your bills, save for retirement, you will be safe. But what is this safety? Is it the comfort of a cage? Is it the slow death of a man who traded his dreams for a paycheck? Real security is found only in freedom. 2. The lie of success. They told you success means wealth, status, and power. But why do those who achieve these things often feel empty? Because success without meaning is a hollow victory. True success is not measured by what you own, but by how fully you live. 3. The lie of authority. You were taught to obey, to listen to experts, leaders, and institutions. But history proves time and time again, those in power are not interested in your freedom. They are interested in keeping their power. Think for yourself. Question everything. Chapter 3. The enemy within. It is not only society that holds you captive. No, the greatest enemy of freedom lives inside you. It is your fear. It is your doubt. It is the voice in your mind that says, "I can't. I'm not ready. I don't deserve it." But here's the truth. That voice is a lie. Fear is a tool of control, a whisper that keeps you small, a shadow that disappears the moment you turn toward it with courage. The first step to freedom is to conquer yourself. You must develop an unbreakable mind, one that does not seek validation, one that does not fear failure, one that is willing to walk alone if necessary, because the man who walks his own path, unconcerned with the opinions of others, is the most dangerous man in the world. He is free. Chapter 4. The path to liberation begins now. So, where do we go from here? It is not enough to simply know the truth. You must act upon it. Here is your first mission. 1. Question everything. Every belief you hold, every rule you follow, every assumption you have about life. Put them all to the test. Do they serve you, or do they enslave you? 2. Embrace discomfort. Freedom is not found in comfort. It is found in discomfort, in risk, in the unknown. Step outside your routine. Do something that scares you. Reclaim your ability to choose. 3. Detach from the herd. Stop seeking approval. Stop worrying about what others think. Stop measuring your worth by society's standards. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be free. 4. Own your time. Your time is your life. Do not trade it for meaningless work, empty distractions, or the expectations of others. Take control. Create. Build. Leave. Part 2. The Pillars of Liberation. Chapter 5. Detaching from the illusion of money. Money. How many have sold their souls for it? How many have chained themselves to a desk, sacrificed their dreams, and spent their lives in servitude, all in pursuit of a number on a screen? The world tells you that money is freedom, that without it, you are powerless, but I tell you this. That is a deception. Yes, money can buy options, but it is not money that enslaves you. It is your dependence on it. Ask yourself, do you work because you want to or because you have to? If the answer is the latter, then your masters are not kings or rulers, but debt, bills, and obligations you never truly chose. The path to financial liberation. 1. Reduce your need for money. The less you need, the freer you become. Stop chasing luxury. Stop measuring yourself by possessions. Own less, own nothing, and watch your chains dissolve. 2. Break free from the salary trap. The salary is the modern-day leash. If you depend on a paycheck, your employer controls your time, your mind, and your energy. Instead, seek self-sufficiency. Build, create, own. Become the master of your own income. 3. Invest in true wealth. Money is fleeting, but skills, knowledge, and time mastery, these are eternal. Build wealth in a way that frees you, not binds you. Freedom does not come from having more. It comes from needing less. Chapter 6. Escaping the prison of approval. Look around you. How many people leave not for themselves, but for the opinions of others? They dress a certain way, they speak a certain way, they buy things they do not need with money they do not have, to impress people they do not even like. This is slavery of the soul. The moment you stop seeking approval, you become untouchable. The 3 steps to self-sovereignty. 1. Recognize the game. Society conditions you to seek validation. Break this cycle. Realize that others' opinions hold no power unless you give it to them. 2. Reclaim your authority. No one has the right to dictate how you should live. No one, from this day forward, let your own mind be the judge of your worth. 3. Practice indifference. When you no longer fear judgment, when you are no longer controlled by opinions, you become unstoppable. Imagine a life where you do what you desire, say what you believe, and leave as you please, without hesitation. This, my friends, is true power. Chapter 7. Mastering time, the ultimate currency. Time. It is the one resource you can never earn back, never replace, never pause, and yet, how carelessly do people trade it away for wages, entertainment, and meaningless distractions? If you do not own your time, you do not own your life. 3 principles of time mastery. 1. Eliminate the non-essential. Strip away everything that does not serve you. Cut the noise, cut the distractions, cut the obligations that do not fuel your purpose. 2. Leave with intention. Most people drift through life, reacting instead of creating, but the free man, he acts with purpose. He spends each day building, growing, moving forward. 3. Buy back your time. The wealthiest are not those with the most money, but those who have the most control over their time. Shift your work, your income, your commitments until your time is your own. The man who commands his time commands his destiny. Chapter 8. The art of walking away. Freedom is the ability to walk away from a job, a relationship, a situation, a life that no longer serves you. But what do most people do? They stay. They stay in jobs they hate, in relationships that drain them, in routines that suffocate them. Why? Because they are afraid. Afraid of the unknown. Afraid of starting over. Afraid of what others might think. Let me tell you this. Freedom belongs to the one who is willing to leave. How to develop the power of departure. 1. Burn the bridge of fear. The fear of leaving is a construct of the mind, but once you walk away and realize the world did not end, you become immune to that fear. 2. Trust yourself. When you trust your ability to survive, to adapt, to create, you no longer stay in places that do not serve you. 3. Make walking away a habit. The more you leave what limits you, the easier it becomes, and soon, you become a force that cannot be contained. The free man is not attached to outcomes. He is attached to nothing but his own power. Part 3. Destroying the final chains. Chapter 9. Escaping the fear of failure. What stops most people from chasing their wildest dreams? It is not a lack of talent. It is not a lack of opportunity. It is fear. Fear of looking foolish. Fear of losing money. Fear of what others will say. But let me tell you this. Failure does not exist. Yes, you heard me. It is an illusion. The greatest men in history, the wealthiest, the most successful, they did not see setbacks as failure. They saw them as steps, the 3 pillars of overcoming fear. 1. Reframe failure. There is no failure, only results. Every setback is a lesson. Every mistake is a stepping stone. The only way to truly fail is to quit. 2. Take imperfect action. Do not wait until you are ready. Start now, start messy, start afraid, because movement destroys fear. 3. Develop an invincible mindset. Say this aloud. I am unstoppable. Say it again and again, until the idea of fear seems ridiculous, because it is. Fear is the enemy of freedom. Crush it, and you become untouchable. Chapter 10. Breaking free from the authority trap. Who told you how life should be lived? Who decided what success means? Was it your parents, your teachers, the media, the government? Did you ever question it? Most people spend their lives following rules they never chose. They work jobs they hate. They chase goals that do not belong to them. And why? Because someone, somewhere, told them to. But you, my friend, are about to reclaim your authority. How to become your own master. 1. Question everything. Every rule, every expectation. Ask yourself, who benefits from me obeying this? If it is not you, it is time to challenge it. 2. Destroy the need for permission. You do not need permission to start a business, to travel, to leave on your own terms. The only approval you need is your own. 3. Reject the herd mentality. If everyone is doing it, run the other way. True freedom comes from thinking independently. When you stop following blindly, when you begin making choices for yourself, you become a leader in your own life. And that, my friends, is the first step to absolute control over your destiny. Chapter 11. The myth of security. Security, the golden promise. Society tells you, get a stable job, buy a house, follow the path, and you will be safe. But here's the truth. Security is a lie. Jobs can be lost, markets crash, governments change, and yet people chain themselves to a system that offers no real guarantee, only the illusion of one. How to build true security. 1. Invest in yourself. The only true asset is your knowledge, your skills, your adaptability, not a paycheck, not a pension, but you. 2. Embrace uncertainty. The man who fears the unknown is controlled by it, but the man who thrives in uncertainty, he is truly free. 3. Create your own economy. Never rely on a single employer, a single system. Build multiple income streams. Become self-reliant. The most secure man is not the one with a stable job. It is the one who can create his own opportunities at any moment. Chapter 12. The final illusion, the fear of death. And now, we arrive at the final chain, the deepest, the darkest, the fear of death. Tell me, how many leave cautiously, afraid to take risks, afraid to dream, because they are terrified of the inevitable? But let me offer you a truth that will set you free. You are already dying, yes. Each moment, each breath, brings you closer to the end. And what will you say when that final moment comes? Will you say, I played it safe? Or will you say, I truly lived? How to become fearless in the face of death. 1. Accept mortality. Death is not the enemy. Regret is. The sooner you accept that your time is finite, the more boldly you will leave. 2. Leave as if you were already dead. In ancient times, warriors meditated on their own deaths. They imagined themselves as ghosts, and then, without fear, they fought like gods. 3. Leave a legacy. What will you create that outlives you? What impact will you make? Focus on that, and death will lose its grip. When you no longer fear death, you fear nothing, and a man who fears nothing is truly free. Part 4. The Final Transformation, Chapter 13. The Power of Radical Ownership. Most people will never be free because they are trapped in one insidious lie. They believe their problems are caused by someone else. They blame the government, the economy, their upbringing, their boss, their bad luck. But here is the ironclad truth. No one is responsible for your life but you. When you accept this truth, something miraculous happens. You stop waiting, you stop hoping, you start acting. How to take radical ownership. 1. Eliminate excuses. Every time you find yourself blaming something outside of you, stop, ask yourself, what can I do about this right now? 2. Reframe problems as challenges. The free man does not see problems. He sees puzzles to be solved. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Ask, how can I use this to my advantage? 3. Claim 100% responsibility. No matter what happens, own it, even if something is not your fault. Make it your problem to fix, because when you own it, you control it. A man who takes full responsibility for his life becomes unstoppable. Because if you have the power to fix anything, you have the power to create anything. Chapter 14. The Art of Non-Attachment. There is one final chain that holds people in invisible servitude. It is not a person. It is not an institution. It is attachment. Attachment to possessions, to opinions, to identity, to what others think. You have seen men who build their entire lives around wealth, only to crumble when they lose it. You have seen people who cling to relationships that suffocate them, simply because they fear being alone. You have seen those who rage and argue, unable to let go of the need to be right. But the truly free man, he owns nothing, and yet he owns everything. How to free yourself from attachment. 1. Let go of possessions. Do not let what you own you. If something controls your emotions, ask yourself, do I truly own this, or does it own me? 2. Detach from opinions. The need to be right is a prison. Let others think what they will. A free man knows his truth needs no defense. 3. Accept change as the only constant. The moment you embrace impermanence, you become invincible, because nothing can be taken from you if you are already willing to let it go. When you release attachment, you move through life like the wind, unbound, untouchable, truly free. Chapter 15. The Courage to be Unapologetically You. Do you know what scares society the most? A man who does not seek approval, because a man who does not seek approval cannot be controlled. Since childhood, you have been trained to fit in, to be liked, to mold yourself to what others expect. But if you want to be truly free, you must be willing to stand alone. Your power lies in being 100% yourself. How to become unapologetically you. 1. Stop explaining yourself. You do not owe anyone an explanation for how you leave. Speak less, do more. Let your actions be your answer. 2. Trust your inner compass. Society will try to shame you, guilt you, make you doubt yourself. But the free man trusts his gut over all else. 3. Be willing to lose people. Not everyone will understand you. Some will criticize you. Some will leave. Let them. Your tribe, your people will find you when you stand boldly in who you are. The greatest prison is the fear of what others think. But the moment you stop seeking approval, you become truly untouchable. Chapter 16. The Final Leap. Living with absolute freedom. And now, we come to the final moment. You have stripped away fear. You have rejected the authority of others over your life. You have abandoned the false promises of security. Now, there's only one thing left to do. Leave. Leave boldly. Leave without hesitation. Leave on your terms. Speak the truth. Even if your voice shakes. Take risks, even when others call you crazy. Chase your dreams with a fire so bright that the whole world takes notice. The final lesson is this. Freedom is not something you wait for, it is something you take, and you, my friend, are ready. The stirring conclusion. The ultimate victory of freedom. The world fears a free man. Do you think the world will celebrate your freedom? Do you think they will cheer as you walk away from their illusions, their rules, their expectations? No, they will call you reckless, they will call you dangerous. They will call you insane. Why? Because your very existence will be a threat to everything they believe. A free man cannot be manipulated. A free man cannot be controlled. A free man does not bow. And when you refuse to kneel, you force others to see the chains they have placed upon themselves. And that, my friends, terrifies them. The price of freedom. There is a price to pay for freedom, and it is this. You will have to stand alone. There will be moments of doubt. Moments when you look back at the comfortable prison you left behind, the false security, the approval of the herd, the certainty of a well-trodden path. And in those moments, you will have a choice to return to the cage, where it is safe, where the walls are high, and where you never have to think for yourself, or to press forward into the unknown, where you alone decide your fate. And if you choose the latter, if you choose the harder road, then, my friend, you will have earned the rarest thing in this world, not money, not power, not even happiness, but the right to leave as you please, the ultimate freedom, the courage to choose. In the end, freedom is not about rejecting society. It is not about abandoning the world. It is about owning yourself completely and without compromise. It is the power to choose your path, the power to think your own thoughts, the power to leave, not as they say you should, but as you were meant to. And when you finally realize that no one, not the government, not your family, not your fears, has the right to dictate your life, then you will have won the greatest battle of all, the final call to action. So I ask you now, will you claim your freedom? Will you walk the road that few dare to travel? Will you have the courage to leave without fear, without apology, without restraint? The choice is yours. But if you have walked this far, if you have felt the fire in your heart, then I already know your answer. You were not meant to be tamed. You were not meant to be caged. You were born to be free, so go. Take what is yours, leave without limits, and never, ever kneel again. This is your life. And from this day forward, you own it. Thanks for listening to Book Buzz Reviews and Summaries.